Let's start off by letting you guys know my point of view, my beliefs, my views on some very touchy subjects going on in the United States and pretty much the world right now. A little background about myself for you guys in case you don't know or you're new to the channel or something like that. I'm a Christian. What that means is I believe in Jesus. I guess you could say I'm a liberal. I'm not a big fan of labels of any kind, but I mean, if I have to lean conservative or liberal, I guess I'm more liberal than anywhere near conservative. So we'll go with that. I guess you would say I'm a Democrat. I voted for Democrats probably my whole adult life. If you ask me out on the street if I'm a Democrat or Republican, I probably would be like neither. But if you pin me down and make me pick one of the two, which there's really only two parties no matter what, independent, green, or anything else, there's really unfortunately only two parties. So yeah, I guess I'm a Democrat as well. So being that I'm a Christian, Democrat, liberal, which liberal and Democrat seem to go hand in hand, but yet liberal, Democrat, and Christian don't seem to go hand in hand anymore. Let me let you guys know my stance on a few things. Gun control. I'm for gun control. So people are screaming right now, oh, Second Amendment, I have the right to bear arms. Give me my guns. Gun control. Not gun take away. Gun control. I don't mind that you own guns. Have all the handguns you want. Have all the shotguns and rifles you want. Where I have the issue is assault weapons. And if you need any evidence on that, look at the American news just in the last, say, 6 months. Do a year. There's statistics out there to back this up. My point being, okay, you want to keep having assault rifles? That's okay. Make it very, very difficult to get an assault rifle. I talked to someone the other day, which I'll talk more about this at the end of the video, but someone that does not have the same view that I have on gun control. And they made the point that, hey, if a gang of people are attacking or raiding my house, I want to be able to protect my house. And I'm like, okay, well then if you want an AR-15 to protect your home, maybe it's going to take you a year to get it. Maybe it's going to take you 2 years. Maybe it takes, the background check takes so long because it's so thorough that it's going to take a few years. Sorry, but that's what it is to own an AR-15. So if everybody's hell-bent on keeping AR-15s and M16s and whatever else you want, it's got to be very difficult. So that way some Joe Schmo can't just buy one. They have to make it more difficult to get things like that. That being said, I think it should be more difficult to get any guns, period. So maybe if you are a shop owner, like my friend brought up, and there's a riot and you're trying to protect your store and your stuff, okay, maybe you need an AR-15 for that. But that dude who has the AR-15, that shop owner, has went through so much due diligence to get his gun that I'm okay that he has it. The problem that you see is these other people that are getting them and seem to be getting them, whether it's illegally or not, they're getting them. So if they are more difficult to get, period, then would it not be more hard to get illegally because people just can't get them from other people? They're not on the street as readily as they are today. So my point, I'm for gun control, but not taking guns away. And unfortunately, the minute you say you're for gun control, people jump on you and latch onto the Second Amendment and things like that. That's really the point of this video. Now that I have everybody fired up about gun control, you need to make sure that you conversate and surround yourself with not just like mind. Being a Christian, I'm very new to Christianity. I'm very new to church. I'm not very new to religion. I've studied religion, different religions, but I know people that have only been in a Christian church their whole life, so that's the only world they know. I enjoy being in a small group setting and bringing my knowledge of the world beyond Christianity into it to maybe open some eyes. My point is, don't surround yourself with like-minded people. That's only going to breed like-mind ideas. It's good to have controversy, conversations, maybe not always arguments, but at least a conversation about an issue. The reason this was brought up, or the reason I'm doing this video, a lot of people don't want to broach these subjects at all because it's nothing but divisive. The minute you say one thing, somebody else says something the complete opposite, and next thing you know, you're getting in arguments. My friend Tomas is very pro-gun, pro-every gun. And we had a conversation after the shootings at the school last week via text. We're on opposite sides of it. He gave me his points of view, like I said, about the shop owners and him wanting his AR-15s for this, and he thinks you should be able to have whatever, and I'm fine with that. But I told him, I'm like, I'm just for gun control. I don't think you need automatic weapons in the hands of civilians, whether you used to be military or not. Unfortunately, there's military people that have mental problems. There's law enforcement people that have mental problems. Just because you were in law enforcement or you were in the military does not give you the right. You have it now, but I'm saying in my world, it wouldn't give you the right to automatically own an AR-15. You should have to go through I think to get a silencer, I think Tomas went to get a silencer, it took him like a year. I know a guy that works for me that took him like a year to get a silencer. I don't know why in the hell you need a silencer, period. But it should be very strict and a pain in the ass to get one. Same thing with automatic weapons. That's magazine clips with double the amount of rounds, extra magazine clip. That type of stuff, to me, there's no place for it. And if there is a place for it if that's the sticking point that, well, we're not going to get rid of that, okay, then make it so difficult to get. One, if you're that big, if it's that big of a pain in the butt, maybe it's not going to be that big, you don't even want to deal with it. So you're just like, screw that, it's gonna take me 2 years to get it, I don't even care. Or if it is that important to you, you're willing to go through this, jump through all these hoops and all this red tape and all this paperwork to get it. Background checks, mental health checks. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be in place. But back to my point, do not surround yourself with like-minded people. Have diversity in people that you talk to and that you conversate with. And be open-minded. I'm open-minded to Tomas telling me that the reasons he needs one. He's open-minded to me for the reasons that I tell him that I don't think you do need one. But everybody has their own personal opinion. That's the greatest thing about America. That's the greatest thing about a lot of countries in this world. You're able to speak your mind and it be completely different from the dude sitting next to you. And everything's okay with that. We're to a point in America and in the world now where the minute you have a disagreement, it's a fight. And trust me, I'm not no moral judge and I'm no perfect person. Because trust me, my blood boils at certain things too. Because there's certain things that I believe in. I'll listen to the other side, but you won't convince me. So I am a Christian. There's one thing you won't convince me of. And I guarantee anybody that's watching that doesn't know me, that doesn't really know me, would say, oh, he's a Christian, he's gonna break on some hardcore stuff right now. I think you should be able to get married if you're gay. I think you should be able to get married in a church if you're gay. I think if you're in love with someone and you're lucky enough to find love, more power to you. Whatever you want. You should get the same benefits as a straight couple. You should get everything as a straight couple would as a gay couple. There is no reason, there's nothing you're gonna tell me. And there's Christians that are like, well, some people in our government believe that you can just go to counseling and you'll no longer be gay. There's still people that I've met in my small time going to church over the last less than a decade that still have issues because they think it's in the Bible. A black man and a white woman should not be together. Or interracial couples should not be together. I'm not going to get into a big discussion about the Bible, but I'll leave you with one thought on the Bible. The Bible is written by men. Not just, it's written by men. If you want to say it's dictated by God, it is still written by men at a certain time in the world's history. I'm not going to get into way more than that because I could go on and on for days. I have these discussions with people that I go to church with. This is my point of view. You're not going to change me to tell me that, every gay person, they're going to hell. They don't deserve to be able to, we should, oh, God hates them. No, not my God. My God loves everybody. My God loves everybody. One of the most important things that I've ever learned going to church and listening to other people and reading up on the Bible and reading up on scriptures and things like that is love. The main lesson that you should take away from Christianity is love. So that doesn't pick and choose. That doesn't mean, well, I love Jim because he goes to my church and believes exactly what I believe. No, it means I love Bob over there who doesn't even go to church. That is running the streets and selling drugs and doing whatever he does, but I still love him as a person. That means when I see someone homeless, I don't go, well, I'm not giving them any money because you know what? They're going to go buy liquor. That's not my decision. That's their decision. But if I'm in a position to help them and I have money in my pocket, you'd be damn right that money goes to them. Whatever happens at that point, that's on them. But if I don't help them, that's on me, and it sticks with me all day. I'll go, man, I should have gave that dude money. It's happened to me a few times where I've passed them by and it haunts me. So I teach my kids that. My wife teaches my kids that. That's our family's view. You see someone in need and you can help them, you help them. It seems very simple. But unfortunately, like everything else in the world that has a label, Christian, liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative, there's negativity attached to every one of those labels. I know conservatives that I can get along with just great. We both have different views on very important subjects in the world. And I'm sorry, there's just some things that won't change. But I'm not gonna bang heads with you unless you bang heads with me. I'm sorry. People in my life that know that say things about flat earth. Unfortunately, there's some things that I'm just very passionate about. And things that can be proved like scientifically are one of those things. But you're not gonna tell me that God doesn't love this guy over here because he's in love with that guy over there. Or this woman over here because she's in love with that woman over there. You're just not going to convince me of that. So you want to come at me with it, I'll listen to your argument, but as long as you're respectful, we can agree to disagree. If you're not very respectful, we could probably have problems. I'm going to come at you just as passionately from the other side, and we'll end up bumping heads and nothing will there's no good end in that ever. So I don't even know how to really wrap this up. All I want to say, find people that may have different opinions than you. Just listen to them. You don't have to agree. You don't have to jump right back with why they're wrong. Try to take it in. Try to have empathy for them, for other people. Try to open your mind to why they see things a certain way. Maybe they'll do the same thing for you. Tomas and I were talking about this, and he goes, this would be a great vlog topic. Opening your mind, and he tweeted about it after him and I had our conversation. It's good to have friends that do not have the same opinions as you, because it may open your mind up slightly, or maybe a lot, to different thoughts or ideas or just ways of looking at things. Because like I said, you're shaped by the people you're surrounded by, your upbringing, your parents. I know a lot of people that have been in a very small bubble their whole life. I think it's good to experience other people, other cultures. And I'm not talking foreign cultures, other things. I'm literally talking cultures in America. People are shocked with how different it is to live in Detroit than it is to live in Winchester, Tennessee. It's a culture shock. People have different views. Ernie Johnson said, how about we have less of this and a little bit more of this? I couldn't have put it better myself.